Hey, Drew, I had a question about autograph seekers. You know, I'm sure if someone comes up to you or a fan, you're happy to sign for them. But these days, there's like a new breed of professional autograph hunter. If you have some middle-aged guy who approaches you with 10 photos from E.T., are you a little bit suspicious about that?
Well, there's no way I'm not going to sign it because I'm not a rude person, and if somebody asks a favor of me, I'm going to do it. It is strange because it tends to take the purity out of someone who genuinely does want it for reasons of their own rather than to go out there and sell. So I just think those people should have a reality check. I always think it's strange too because in the back of every magazine it's got those listings of autographs and the price for everyone's autograph.
Do you compare your price at all? Do you ever do that?
I do look at my price. It keeps going up too, which I'm really excited about. I don't know if that's, I think it's because I'm signing less autographs because I'm nowhere around. Nobody can find me, you know. It's like you can't get one because I'm nowhere. I'm not, you know, one of those people that's at every premiere, function, benefit, this, that. I don't go out in Hollywood, so you'd probably have to find me on a set somewhere. I mean, I just don't do the scene. So I don't think it's because I'm cool. I think it's because I'm nowhere to be found. I mean, that's the way I look at it. I'm too humble to think differently.
Well, turning to Scream, I love the hairstyle. It's kind of like a Betty Davis, whatever happened to Baby Jane type of thing going for you.
Wow, that's an interesting reference. Thank you.
Well, how did you react to it?
Actually, if you want to know who it's inspired from, it's Michelle Pfeiffer in Scarface.
Oh, really? Okay.
I wanted sort of a 50s pixie flippy-do, but then I sort of toned it down, and she was like my inspiration and muse. And if she isn't anybody's inspiration and muse, man, woman, or child, I'm curious as to what you like, because she's just as beautiful as women can be.
Right.
She's gorgeous.
Now, I'm wondering, after this movie comes out, are you worried that your friends are going to start calling you up and making crank calls all the time?
I'm not at that risk because I don't have a telephone, so.
You don't have a telephone?
No.
Is it hard to function that way?
Not at all.
Right.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah. Well, how do people get a hold of you then?
Actually, you know what's really cruel, and I'll totally admit this, is when I went out of town one week, somebody came in and planted a phone in my house. So now there is like a telephone that's like in a corner in the back kitchen, like nowhere to be found. You can't find it, but in case of an emergency, people got it for me because they were worried. It was out of concern, I hear.
Oh.
But I was very upset because I hate the telephone. I just hate it. It's such a stupid tool. You know, if anything, it should be like, okay, I'll meet you there, goodbye. But I'm so into the old school fashion of writing letters, writing postcards, although I do love the fax machine because even though it's modernization and technology, it's the written word nonetheless. And I just think it's so much more romantic, tangible, and beautiful to receive that than going, hello, you know.
And one last quick question about makeup artists. In a movie where there's a lot of blood involved, do the makeup artists, do they apologize when they're putting the blood makeup on, or does it kind of freak an actress out?
No, I mean, you know, I think when a crew is working together, they tend not to, you know, they tend to stop pussyfooting, as I like to say, because you're together for 4 months, you're a family, you're doing this together for 16 hours a day, and this is just what you got to do. And there's a realism and a comfortability that is so much more exciting than the apologies of, ooh, I don't want to do this, you know. Also, you know, everyone in this film is a very, very, very human person, and there's no ego. So they don't put people on that nerve of needing to apologize. You know, there's no star BS going on, which is a great working atmosphere, because I have worked with the star BS, and you are just like, there's a word, it's called evolved, look it up, you know? It's so much not fun, and this is just an incredible group of people who completely check their ego at the door. It is so cool.